Hello there. Um, this is a high altitude training mask, and I wear it sometimes when I do cardio. Uh, but also, it makes me feel like Darth Vader a little bit, so I like it. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Jedi Playbook. My name is Ron. If you are just joining us, if you're new, um, I am a wine professional, as you can see from the copious amounts of alcohol behind me. But in the evening, I am a classical pianist, comedian, and Jedi. And so I do go live every Tuesday and Saturday at 5 p.m., as I'm doing right now. If you are joining us and you can't stay for the whole time, don't worry. Even though Instagram is not saving these, they will be available on YouTube, and I post them usually within about a day. So if you can't say and you just come in to say hi, or rather, hello there, please do, and go about your day if you need to. You can always watch the replay on YouTube. Um, I will go through my little agenda of topics I want to hit today, and then we'll take some questions at the end. And this time, I promise I will do the cards, okay? Because I've been putting that off. I forgot last time. Sorry. Okay, the Gray Jedi Code. Today I posted the Gray Jedi Code as it appears in several media outside of the films. So I just want to clarify. I borrow from canonical and non-canonical sources. Apparently this book is now Legends, the Jedi Path. So I don't know where it lies, but the films are always going to be like my bread and butter, as I say a lot. I was raised on the films. My parents were both Star Wars fans, so yeah, like there is footage, home video footage of me. I think I may have been like 3 or 4 years old. Just after a shower, my father puts this hooded robe on me and goes, "It's Obi-Wan Kenobi." So Star Wars is deep in the veins. Just a little fun fact there. The Great Jedi Code, as it appears in, I'm going to have to change this and go back to here because I don't have it, and I want to look at it and explain a little bit about why I find it so important. So, the Grey Code is all about balance, whereas the Jedi Code pretty much only emphasizes the equanimity aspects of things, the emotional temperance, the peace, serenity, harmony, stuff like that. All great things. There needs to be balance because, like I mentioned, I believe it was just in the previous time I did this on Saturday, it depends on where you lie, like where your temperament is in the kind of emotional spectrum, right? If you lean more towards the dark side, you might want to reinforce the light side, and vice versa. Being too light side, you might want a little bit of, assertiveness and aggression, but again, attaining balance. And so this account really has been me trying to find balance in several aspects of my life, and this code really iterates that. Truth be told, it's pretty much like this was my first time really encountering it and internalizing it, which is why I posted it today. Somebody said, "Are you going to post the Gray Code?" And that's when I saw it again, because I had seen it probably months, and possibly even years ago. And I just kind of just passed over it. But it really resonated this time, and it felt like important. So I was glad to do it. Flowing through all, there is balance. There is no peace without a passion to create. There is no passion without peace to guide. Knowledge fades without the strength to act. Power blinds without the serenity to see. There is freedom in life. There is purpose in death. The Force is all things, and I am the Force. Just like that's Taoism, and from Rogue One, Donnie Yen's character, I am one with the Force is with me. This is all of that same philosophy, Taoist philosophy. So, yeah, I love the Grey Jedi Code. I think if you live by that code, that's a really healthy place to be, because that's truly balanced. Like, you're not one side or the other too much. I just see a question here. Do you see Qui-Gon Jinn like a Gray Jedi? Because of his defiance of the Council, yes. Because of the possibility that he may have even sacrificed himself, because I've seen that theory going around, like he knew exactly what he was doing. I don't know. Obviously, it would be unofficial, but because Qui-Gon follows the living force, the will of the living force, and like, it's compassion above all else, that is most in line with, I think, this. So because of his defiance of the Council, yeah, he's probably closer to Gray than a true Jedi. Same thing goes for Luke, especially with the new Jedi Order from what I have seen. I still have yet to read the books. I'm not a reader, okay? I'm not that intellectual. I am more of a visual auditory learner, so I always find film and the medium of film and sound and music and everything. That's why the Star Wars movies are so great. It's my love of the films. That is what resonates most with me. Reading will kind of be secondary to that. But I have a Kindle. I have to load the books on there, and then I'll read them. I will. I promise. Lots of questions about my lightsaber training regimen. I studied fencing for the longest time out of any of the martial arts I've studied. It was 8 years. 4 of foil, which is basically the target area is just the vest, and 4 years of saber, which is a little bit more fast-paced, a little more swashbuckling. Foil, you only stab. A foil does not have a blade that you can slice with. A foil is basically a murder weapon. You're trying to kill him. A saber has a blade, right? So with saber, there's a big guard on the front. There's a big bell guard to protect your hand, because your hand is technically target. It's everything from the waist up with Olympic-style saber fencing. That was a lot more fun, much more fast-paced, very, very, very quick. But with stuff like right-of-way, like if someone is attacking and they get their blade parried, but they attack and they hit, their opponent lands, the person who got parried, it's not their point, even though they attacked first and would have killed the other person first. So I didn't like that. I found the whole like right of way and the Olympic rules of fencing, though necessary for the competition, not as practical for what I wanted to train, which is swordsmanship, which is why I sought out Kendo, Iaido, and Kenjutsu. So that is it's the only sword I have right now, because my actual sword is in New Mexico when I moved out there and I left it, or long story. But this is in fact a replica of the Hattori Hanzo sword from Kill Bill. I bought it 10 years ago, probably. 10 years ago? 12 years ago. I think I bought it in no, I'm sorry. It's even older than that. I bought it in 2005. Fresh out of high school, I think. I wasted a lot of money on things that didn't have a lot of practical use, but they brought me a lot of joy. So you can train with the blade for Iaido, which is literally like the art and practicing drawing, like sudden attacks, defending from sudden attacks. That's what that is used for. You must have the sheath in order to properly train Iaido. As far as Kenjutsu goes and Kendo, you can use Bokuto, like wooden swords, or I have Shinai that I train with, which is right. Come over here. Okay, Shinai. The split bamboo, right here. These are great because they don't hurt as much if you get whacked. And then alternatively, you can always use a lightsaber. But honestly, you can use a stick, just a broomstick. And so what I do is, I have a kind of set routine. I'm trying to put a video together of this to like actually demonstrate, but there's no room for me to do it in here. And where I actually train is in a garage, and there's no room to put the camera there. So I'm going to figure something out, possibly outside. But I have really bad allergies, and it's difficult to go outside at this current time, but I'm working on it. So look out for a video about the lightsaber training. I'll just give you guys a few exercises that you can do with a stick. And the only other thing is tracing out the Arabic alphabet. I bring up the little cheat sheet that I made. I don't know the alphabet by heart. I do not know Arabic by heart. I can't read it by heart. That's like, I'm getting better at identifying the characters, but I'm by no means literate, fluent, whatever. But it's a great way to practice because it allows you to practice point control, which is super, super important, particularly for if anyone's interested in Makashi, that's just fencing. So you need, like, you basically use your thumb and forefinger. You basically hold the blade like that. Like, the majority of the control is coming from these fingers here when I hold the blade, right? And it's all about point control. You can't see it because there's not enough room, but what I'm trying to demonstrate is point control. Makashi, if you had to condense Makashi down to one concept, it's point control. It's the precision needed to duel another lightsaber wielder. Whereas all the other forms are pretty much geared towards, depending on which ones, either aggression, ferocity, or deflecting blaster bolts. Not exactly useful in the real world because nobody's shooting blaster bolts at me. Yes. And then the other form I like is Soresu, Form 3, because that is very, very defensive. And that fits with my philosophy on fighting. All right. That was lightsaber training, the Gray Jedi Code, show and tell. I have something that, who knows, hope somebody will appreciate. It's a ringtone I put together. So this is my new text alert and ringtone. Here we go. I'm going to put this right here. It's the Jedi Com link. And then, like, I have an alarm. Hang on. Where is it? I have the Falcon. That's my alarm. Like a timer, when I set a timer. Let me go back in here so I can actually see the live here. The cards, right. And then we'll take questions. Actually, feel free to ask questions right now while I shuffle the cards. The cards are just basically all the posts I've done with different things written on them, like the Force, dark side, aggression, stuff like that. And what I do is if there's a problem I feel like I need to work through, a situation I need to meditate on, I will pull a spread of cards, and they help me kind of see things from a different point of view. Hear me? Can everybody see me? Can you all hear me? Okay. Good. Here we go. Cards. Right off the bat. Search your feelings. So, oh my gosh, sorry. I just hit the mic really bad. All right. Somebody messed with my settings here. And so I think that's what affected the audio. Now it's good. Thank you. Thank you, MadFet. Search your feelings. All right. I need to search my feelings. And, okay, that's just weird. All right. The second card that comes up is be mindful of your thoughts. So, I admit I have lapsed in the mindfulness of my thoughts in the past couple days as I've focused more on the workouts and the physical aspect of things, being more of a, I guess, Jedi Guardian rather than a consular, which is what I started as. When I did the Jedi Challenge the first time through, I did a heavy focus on the meditation, and that's what I chose to focus on. I'm still a consular, but the physical aspect of things I felt was lacking, so I've been trying to push harder in that realm. So yeah, I mean, I've been letting things get to me. So this is a reminder for me not to forget my trial of the flesh, the pain of either loss or something that I've endured. and to just kind of reflect on how far I've come. The trials are something we face, especially if you're doing the challenge. Anyone who's doing the challenge, you have to determine what your trials are, because that is how you can really help actualize and kind of integrate these experiences. A lot of the trials, I've realized, are kind of traumatic sometimes, particularly the trial of the flesh. That deals specifically with pain and loss and grief, and that's rough. I did talk briefly about the Gray Code, K-Blade. I did talk briefly about it. You can always watch the replay on YouTube. If you have questions about it, please do let me know. But yeah, I find the Gray Code is a good thing. It's good meditation to repeat to yourself. It's affirmations, right? That's what a mantra is. Anytime you meditate on things. Willpower. I have been lapsing in willpower as well. A lot of this is just me admitting bad things that I've been doing, areas I need improvement, basically. All right. Ooh, deceit. If you pass your trial of insight, you are able to much more readily detect deception. Now, here's the trick. Where is the deception coming from? Is it coming externally, or is it coming internally? Am I deceiving myself is the question I ask pretty frequently. Wow, okay. Unlearn what you have learned. This is a call for me to do things differently. Basically, throw out what has not worked in the past and approach something from a new perspective. And no more is that apparent than a big argument I had with my brother earlier today about the time I spend on this account and my inability to make a profit off of it, like monetize. Like, I'm not concerned about the monetization of it, but at the same time, like, it's really difficult to make it a business. I mean, I would love to make it a business. I don't know how I would, because Disney owns this stuff, but we'll see. Jedi Sentinel. Skills that do not rely on force sensitivity. Why is this not focusing? There we go. The Sentinels rely on their technical skills, mostly. Right? It's the tech experts, the slicers. Also in that category is Jedi Shadows. So people whose responsibility it is to hunt down traces of the dark side and eliminate them. Interesting profession. Yeah. Mind trick. This comes up in the external influences. The mind trick is a light side ability, and the mind trick, in my view, is manipulation. You are manipulating someone when you use the Jedi mind trick on them, but it's benevolent manipulation. And I don't know if I talked about this in a previous episode, but the benevolent manipulation is you're still an agent of the light side. So, for example, Obi-Wan in Attack of the Clones, when he's in the bar, and the death stick dealer, you want to buy some death sticks? You don't want to sell me death sticks. I don't want to sell you death sticks. You want to go home and rethink your life, right? It's benevolent. Like, he's doing good. He's helping the death stick dealer realize the error of his ways. So when I see that, when I see mind trick, it's about realizing how I might be being manipulated, but beneficially by external people. So, like, my friends and family want the best for me, right? People in your life, I should hope, want the best for you. But also you to other people, being able to motivate people, being able to inspire people. Inspiration is also a form of the Jedi mind trick. I would say that. Defense. I have been feeling rather defensive lately, I do have to admit. I've only had a couple haters, by the way, in the comments sections. Thankfully not very recently, but it has happened. And there were people who misinterpreted my intentions and, like, did not realize the whole kind of, when you strip it of its fiction, like, they were taking it too literally. It's like, yes, it's pretend. Star Wars is fiction, but it deals with very real and tangible concepts, right? Spirituality, actualization, courage, pain of loss. Gator Pickle, I'm actually reading right now about how individuals manipulate and control each other on an energetic level. It's really fascinating. Yes, you are correct. It's all based around what's called control dramas. That's interesting. I'm not familiar with that, but I would be interested to look into that. Very interested to look into that. Instinct. Feel, don't think. Use your instincts. I've been ruminating on things a little too much, I think. Being caught up in my head. There's been the carousel of thought, as it were. And it can be hard to stop those patterns. Yeah. That was it. That was 10 cards. Generosity is under the deck. Something I need to remind myself of constantly. So, what I see here is a call for me to be more mindful of my thoughts, use my instincts, and really search my feelings rather than using more heart than mind, if that makes sense. What has been going through your mind, DeFranco MX? Well, a lot of things. I worry about family members whose health have been precarious. But again, like, that's just anxiety. That's just fear of the unknown, of future situations. That's future energy. This is a call for me to remain in the present, I think. Okay, I missed it. I apologize. What kind of deck is that, and where can I get it? I made it myself. I can't sell it because it has Jedi written all over it, and Disney will come after me. I'll figure out a way to maybe make a deck that's devoid of the Jedi terminology and see if we can maybe finagle it that way. I'll figure it out. I struggle with getting my mind out of the way and leading with my heart too. It takes time and training. You are correct. To answer more of your question, DeFranco, what has been on my mind? I've also been struggling with dealing with more personal matters in terms of interpersonal relationships. And that was something I alluded to last night. And it's an area of my life that I really want to improve. Like, physically, I'm improving. Emotionally, I want to improve. Mentally, I want to improve. Spiritually, I want to improve. And so I want to just kind of incrementally improve all the aspects of my life. And relationships are something I failed a lot at, so it's an area that I would like to improve. The desire to improve is also tempered with, obviously, the fear of things not working out. It's complicated. I'm trying to keep it as general as possible without being too specific. But yeah. Which of Weird Al Yankovic's Star Wars theme songs is your favorite? I always love The Saga Begins. I think that's the only one I'm really... Oh, and Yoda. Yoda and The Saga Begins are the only ones I'm really familiar with. I didn't know if he did other ones. But I listened to The Saga Begins many times. Weird Al. Blast from the Past. I have not thought about that in like 15 years. Wow. Eden Gauntlet. Taking me back to middle school. Any other questions as I kind of process this this spread of cards here? Yeah. But like, I'm being defensive internally. I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out. It makes you think. It makes me kind of like look at my thoughts and my feelings through, a different lens. We're going on almost a half hour, so I'm gonna cut this soon. If we do have questions, do let me know. What else? Did I have any other notes here? Right. I have to mention that there is merch available if anyone would like to purchase it. Any of these, all the Aurebesh things I can make into t-shirts, tapestries, posters. If anybody wants any of the posts you've seen as like a t-shirt, a hoodie, a design you don't see on that store, you can follow the link tree in my bio. It's called the Playbook Shop. Just look for the link. I would be more than happy to make them. I do not like it. I'm not selling this for profit. It's just I want something tangible to be able to either wear myself or have people with whom this stuff resonates wear and have it mean something and be meaningful. Because beyond that, it's like, why would I bother doing it? I don't want a t-shirt with my face on it. That doesn't make any sense. It should be about the material. It should be about, the wisdom and the philosophy that we deal with on a daily basis with every post. Like, bettering, improving yourself through the Jedi way of spirituality. In control drama terms... Oh, no. Where'd it go? There we go. In control drama terms, defensive would be from the aloof category. That's beyond me right now. Of the 4 categories, I'm an aloof control drama user too. Maybe I need to look into this. Unconscious reaction we learned via growing up. A lot of these are. A lot of these things. So I make no qualms about it. I go to therapy. I have a therapist. It's fairly recent, but once a week. Nothing crazy. It's good. It's good to talk about things with a licensed professional. So for people who need help, seek assistance, it's beneficial. I can tell you it's very beneficial. To handle and mitigate trauma. Yeah. Look, that's what it's all about. It's dealing with... So, look, the trials are all traumatic. Understanding, how you surpass the trials and then basically empowering yourself to realize, hey, I've already done this. I can face whatever challenge lies ahead, too. It's all mindset. At least it's mostly mindset for me. I don't know. Psychological stuff. Love psych stuff. Yes. Therapy is always a good place to go at any time. That is correct. I would love to destigmatize and... destigmatize therapy and just spirituality in general. A lot of people... not miss the boat, but like misconstrue spirituality, like because of, and this is probably their own thing, people projecting their own things, but like bad experiences with religion, with organized religion can do that, can put you off spirituality. A very dear friend of mine, she is incredibly wise, very spiritual, but part of her kind of realizing, going through like self-love and improvement and the spiritual path for her was realizing how negatively some of the things that were like organized religion can make people feel guilty sometimes and can give people a sense of moral superiority that they shouldn't have. No one should feel superior, right? We are all one. We are all equal. We are all in this together. We're all dealing with our own stuff, right? So that's where compassion comes in, and that's where compassion for yourself comes in most of all. That's being kinder to myself is definitely a theme I'm working on, particularly this go around of the challenge. Yes, we definitely need to destigmatize therapy, mental and behavioral illnesses and disorders. Yes. The first step is acknowledging the issue and seeking to improve it. So as long as we're here, we're on the right path because we're all here looking to improve ourselves. Otherwise, why else would you be looking at this content unless you just like the Star Wars quotes? All right. This has been wonderful. I will see you all Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern. I am going to put this on YouTube if you missed it. What else? I'll do another card thing possibly on Saturday if people want it. I'll do maybe a poll. I'll be more engaging in the stories because I lapsed in that and I was going through some stuff. Okay, sorry. But yes, our minds have way more going on in them than in the past. Abnormal, really. Got to take care of our minds to adapt to the commotion. Correct. All correct. Great things. Yeah. I always drag out the valediction here when I sign off because it's fun spending time. And I would love to do this for an hour, but I don't think anybody wants to hear me go on for an hour. Plus I have to make dinner, so that's the priority. Gotta eat. I've been starving lately. Like the workouts have just skyrocketed my metabolism, and I'm just ravenous constantly. Except when I have no appetite for weird reasons. Be well, everyone. The Force will be with you always. Thank you again for all the support, the DMs, the comments, the likes. I can't say the follows because everybody here is probably already following me and the needle hasn't moved again. It's still getting to me. I'm sorry. It's still getting to me. I'm still losing followers. Am I doing something wrong? I mean, whatever. If this resonates and you think there's somebody who might benefit from this, please share, right? Particularly the Jedi Code. I think that's really seems to resonate with people, particularly because it's lesser known. Had a hard time getting that out. Anyway, all right. So, thank you all, and we will talk to you soon. All right. May the Force be with you.